BSFT is the leaderboard gap on the Nasdaq comp, MICC, Netflix, Joy Global, which we like. When it pulls back in its bull rally, it's a buy always. They're still in bull rallies. Panera Bread had a haircut from 128 all the way down to 117 last week and bounced $3 off the bottom. These are the kinds of moves that we look for in short-term sell-offs, because when you have a counter trend, you trade that to the upside, but you have to be a seller into the move. Okay, so we don't have a long open gap above 1.00, but we do have some things that are working in here. So the trick to it is we had a contraction or a correction, 5-day pullback. Once you get the beginning of a top, it pulls back 5 days, it goes back up, it does one of two things. It sells off into it at lower highs, higher lows. There is a thing that if I'm coming back up and I don't break the highs of the indexes, but I can come back up and put a double top in, or I can come back up slightly below, but then there's a reversal immediately. We had that 5-day pullback. We're going to be monitoring what happens once these shorts come out, once the bulls do their secondary buying, because the bull feels he's getting a pretty good buy in some of these stocks, like the Caterpillar, like the Deeres, like the EOGs, like the NOVs, there's many of them out here that have done well. And they just got overextended. The silver trade, where everyone was crowded. But let's just stick with the opening gap up. Let's go with the opening gap down. We've got here a very diminished gap down. We don't even have anything with 1.00 or higher. That's what it looks like. Sina, Soho, some of the Chinese internet stocks that were originally in their overbought levels that we said would come down have come down big. And Soho came down big, Sina came down big, and then they're bouncing because we're still in a bull rally. Even with higher oil and all of that. We'll talk about that trade related to the consumer, related to markets. But the bull rally is in play. Once stocks work their overbought, just like in a regular bull market. Some people in this group, some of the older people that are here with us and been around for a number of years know what it's like to trade a bull market. But the general public right now forgot what a bull market was. Well, I didn't say we're in a bull market, but what I said was they lose reality of bull rally cycles. You have bear rally cycles and you have bull rally cycles. Right now, everything is good. We're going to monitor these indexes. We're going to see that the trade management that I'm putting out this morning, that anything that's in the overbought list that may have only had a narrow range pullback but still remains up there on the monthly and the weekly overbought, those stocks are going to have to pull back, and they will. And price volatility in the Nasdaq comp and the NYSE is going to increase. Both rally up and both bear rally down. These things are going to increase. Earnings season is coming out of the way. We got to focus on the economy. They're going to. The uncertainty they want to put to rest. They want to save this economy. Then they better get oil or the gasoline at the pump down at least 50 to 70 cents in the next month and a half. But even if we come down for the summer driving season, we're going to look at buying that, because we've got statistical evidence that exuberance doesn't stop, and that exuberance finds a entry into these pullbacks because they still believe that everything is great. The Dow futures are only up 13 handles. They were up 60 some. So we've already had a pre-market reversal in the futures, which once again we had the 5-day contraction. Anything that's overbought still, which we have a lot of them, they're going to go up higher. But listen, they're going to pull back. Listen, One thing about a bull rally, such as the CMGs, such as the Netflixes, such as the Pricelines, such as the Sinas, such as the Sohos, such as the Baidus, such as the Apples, such as the Amazons, and I got a list that goes on and on. When they do pull back, that money is going to find its way off the sideline in the very near future window, because they feel they're getting an opportunity. And that's part of exuberances in bull reversal. So we have bull rallies with the short-term 5-day pullback that we called right at the top. We went through that 5-day period. That was last week. Now we're starting out 5-9, and we're going to go through this 5-day period. This 5-day period is going to give us the measurability in individual names and indexes to know exactly where we're at in the bull count rally.